Matt Kenseth joins us. He's our third-place finisher of today's third annual Lilly Diabetes 250 NASCAR Nationwide Series race. Matt drove the number 20 Reesers Toyota. Matt, just talk about your race out there tonight. Certainly you were running up front all night or all afternoon. Just talk about how you think things went for you and the 20 team and your overall impressions of today's race.
Yeah, we fired off pretty good, led a little bit there, and basically our car was just too loose. And about halfway through the run, it would just go massive tight. So it was just a tough balance to have. You know, we're too loose to really run with the good guys in the beginning of the run, and then without any warning, it would just switch to tight. And then I was just hanging on from there. So we didn't have particularly great race car. We had a decent race car, had a plan, and then the cautions fell right for us and got our track position. Was able to hang on to third, but we probably finished a little bit better than what we ran today.
Questions for Matt? If you have one, we've got a wireless mic around. Anybody have a question for Matt Kenseth right here in the middle? Gentleman here in the black shirt. State your name and who you're with, please.
Matt Embry, RobinsRacing.com. Matt, we saw a lot of really odd strategies in this race. We saw guys pit immediately after the green flag. Did that catch you guys out, and were you surprised at how many people were really making odd moves as far as strategy immediately after the restarts?
Well, we were one of the ones, I think, with that odd strategy. So, I think everybody's just trying to figure out, how to not lose a lap when you pit. And then, as soon as you make it to the end, get your tires in fuel so you don't have to pit again and hopefully catch a caution, kind of like a road course, because you can stay on the lead lap here if you're pitting or green. And then everybody else has to pit and they're behind you. So it kind of worked out for us. We were sort of doing that. And then, the way the caution fell, we were getting good enough fuel mileage. We filled up with fuel and put tires on. We're just a little short on fuel. Caught some cautions. Was able to stay out and make it. So it was all. It's just really hard to pass. It always kind of has been here, but it's just hard to pass, especially with these nationwide cars. And track position is so important. So you just see everybody working whatever strategy they can and try to figure out how to keep their car, in the front at the end. Well, I think, when you talk about pitting right after a restart, it wasn't because there was a restart, and that's why they were pitting. I think everybody was figuring their race, backwards. With 60 to go there or whatever it was, 70 to go, they knew they needed to be on pit road, and with 35 to go, they needed to be on pit road. So, if the caution flew with 80 to go or 85 to go or whatever, you're going to stay out until 70 and then pit. So I think a lot of people were just trying to figure the race backwards. It just so happened it was after a restart.
Do you have a question, Dave?
Dave Coleman, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. You had obviously pretty good seat for that, the restart, the pass for the lead. Can you just kind of talk about what happened?
I didn't really see anything happen except for, Kyle chose outside, on hot tires and stuff. And I was third. I was thinking he was going to pit the bottom, so I figured I was going to push him out to the lead and it was going to be all over. And we chose the top. I was kind of surprised because everybody's on hot tires. We weren't on cold tires out of the pits, and I knew there were some marbles up there. And then the three got a decent restart, and I didn't get a great one, but I got an okay one, and I pushed him a little bit because I needed to clear Trevor. And then he did a good job of just driving way off into one, and the bottom of the track was real clean. And he did a good job of not lifting until he had him cleared. And I think I don't know. You have to ask Kyle, but he probably got some marbles up there and just didn't get through turn one very quick because he was ahead of Ty getting into one pretty far, and I thought Kyle would get off of turn one, but Ty was able to drive it in there and clear him and get in front of him, and Andy had a fast car, so once he got in front of him, that was pretty much the race, it looked like.
Any other questions for Matt?
You're welcome,
Mike,
buddy.
On the front row.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Yesterday, most of the practice seemed to be in the sun. I mean, we had the rain early, but then the sun came out, and you were pretty much sun all day, and it was pretty overcast for most of the race today. I don't know what the track temperature difference was, but just having no sun on the track, does that make your car handle a lot different?
Well, the track temperature and the sun and all that does seem to make a pretty good difference here, but it's really hard to tell. The biggest thing that makes a difference here is just cars on a track and traffic, so we never practice in that kind of traffic. The schedule is kind of odd this weekend, which it usually is here, but like all our practices were really, really early. I think our last practice got over at noon or something like that, and then the race started at 4 o'clock. So we're never really in those exact conditions with that much rubber and that many cars on the track.
Matt, thank you for joining us, and good luck tomorrow.
All right, thanks, guys.